on a subject that I was not supposed to just like go live with. It's like one of those kind of things where you want to like, be so strategic in how you express yourself and how you know, in other words, I don't want to, I don't want to necessarily have to, this is not, I don't think necessarily a formality or like maybe this could be maybe my introduction to my proverbial hat being put into the mix because there was a question that was asked on the application about how much money could you put into the business, and I put in the amount that I was willing to put in, which coincides with all of my taxes, which coincides with my banking habits, which coincides with my lifestyle. Because what they're looking for is there's a criteria that they're looking for. They're looking for a person who's been directly affected by being arrested for cannabis in New York. I have two of those things, and then you have to have had a business. I've had a business, and you have to have a certain percentage of the business. I had full percentage of the business. I had a legitimate pizzeria that I opened because my children were going to be in school, and I needed my children to be legit, so to speak. I didn't need my children to be the children of a hustler, and I didn't need my children to be the children of like a person who was still like off the grid, so to speak. So I made sure that when I became I got my LLC, and I opened up a legitimate business, and I got my certificate of authority, which says I can collect taxes and workman's compensation. I was audited by them once before, and I opened up a passion project, so to speak, and I learned a lot about business. And you learn a lot about business when you walk in the doors on a Monday and you have this pain in your stomach because you're terrified that you're not going to be able to pay your employees on Friday, because employees, they don't
In
care.
800 feet, use any lane to take the Sawmill Parkway South exit toward New York City.
Employees, they don't care what you're going through. You're the boss. Pay me. They want to be paid. There was a time where maybe you can find somebody who was okay with, no, I understand, but that's
Use
not
any
real
lane to take the
anymore.
Sawmill Parkway South exit, then keep left.
Everyone that's doing a business right now is dreaming of being in that business. Okay? So when you work, all the bartenders that bartended didn't think they were going to, they didn't think when they got their first bartending job at 18, 19, 20 years old
Keep
that
left.
they were going to be bartending at 40, and that they were going to have the hoarsest voice in the world because of all the cigarettes that they're going to smoke while working these ridiculous hours. She doesn't believe that. They don't think that's going to happen. You see, it's like, let me see. I need another sip of water. I got a little distracted too. I felt like I was racing right there. Not racing in the car, but racing in my mind with just, I was talking so fast. And I don't even need this navigation on any longer. But I would have a hard time turning it off. Give me a sec. I'll turn it off. And we're back. Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg talking about an interesting topic. One, I kind of caught myself like just speeding on an emotional kind of like rant. And if this is an introduction to a person like me, then I need to show like a little self-control. I need to say, I'm not always turned up. And when I do get turned up, I was always accused when I was in the bar business of being like a light switch. They said you were the only person I could ever meet that would like turn up and then quickly would be able to turn it down. Because, I had to be the professional at a certain time. So if, let's say, we had to, get somebody out of the bar or get, two guys are fighting or whatever have you, and my security is like trying to just deal with the situation, and then out of nowhere, what happens? You get the girlfriend's friend who just comes out of the bathroom and she's now jumping in it, and it's like, I don't have enough security to deal with this situation like this. So, you gotta kind of help out sometimes. And then you have to be like able to turn up like really quickly. And Henry Hudson South, that's what I'm doing, sorry. So you have to be able to, like what I just did, accelerate it the same way. But I never went past 50, maybe I did 50 down to 45. I never speed. I'm not a speeder. I used to speed when I was a kid, but I never speed. So, the situation is like, constantly getting distracted. But it's best, honestly, if I just go like this. So you can see outside, and that helps me not get distracted. I'm looking at this car being reminded how much I need to wash this window. There we go. Speed limit is 50. We're pacing right now at about 45. A lot of people don't speed on these parkways in New York too much because it's like they're very heavily policed. So see, the guy passing me is going the speed limit. And there's so many exits here. This is Riverdale to the right. This is Riverdale, New York to the right. And there's so many exits that, you're usually going only about 45 on this right lane. And it's cool, man. It's not a big deal. And then you see all the young guys, they'll fly by in their McLarens and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool, I'm 49 years old, so I can live through them and their experiences and what they're dealing with. But kind of to get back on what, the original topic of tonight was, tonight's topic was basically, LJ and I, we're going to go over the pages. There's 200 pages of rules and regulations. And she sent me a few of the comments. See, they want you to read the rules and regulations, right? And then email them a comment or something to that degree on how you feel about or your perspective or your they want to comment. That's all I know. Now, LJ has been like, not even, she's been reading to me some of the comments that are coming out now. And she's been reading to me about, there's been investigations of the people that actually have an actual, that got the dispensary. And I was saying to her, oh, right. So now they're investigating the people and they're finding out what? And she's like, finding out how these people are just huge corporations with a lot of bank, and the people that they're using are like friends. And then I say to her, I say, well, it sounds to me like people are in the situation where they say, yeah, if you wanted big bank, if you wanted big money, right? If you wanted money, then I could have just brought you some money. If you wanted money, I could have went and got in touch with big opportunities, you know, like big monies, big opportunities, right? Because that's under the idea that they would want you to run their money. And why would a company want you to run their money? Respectfully, like why? Because you was arrested 25 times? Because you was arrested 13 times? Like, because you didn't think to say, you said to yourself, wait a minute, I want to follow all these rules that they set because I want to get into this legitimate, you know, thing that I have been involved with. I'm a from this neighborhood. I'm a woman from that neighborhood. Non-binary from this place. I am, you know, I'm cis from here. I'm this place. I am, you know, I'm cis from here. I'm this from that. I should, you know, I'm trans. So under this, I'm part of like a minority, so you should like let me in. And if you needed money, I could have called like Ray Ray and Pookie and Ray Ray and you know, the man on the block and business, and I could have make all these connections. Really? Is that what you think? Is that what you believe? You believe that you can make all these connections with the right people so that you can then open up a business and be in charge of money. Well, let's see how you have spent your money, so to speak, right? So where did your children go? Did your children go to private school or did your children go to public school? Okay, all right, so now we know how much you care about your children, right? Okay, great. And because if you didn't go to the only 4 or 5 public schools in New York, then you don't love your children. That's a fact. Okay, so now let's go here. Let's go here, right? Let me get another swig of this water. So you've been moving pounds, or you've been moving pounds for 40 years and 40 nights. Let me ask you something. Were you ever taking any public money, like any assistance while moving all this weight? Huh? What about your vehicles? Your vehicles, were they registered in the state, or did you have them registered in another state, and where you don't have to pay a high insurance? You the person that we want running a dispensary in New York City? We're gonna give that person wealth because you've been arrested? I was arrested 2 times. I didn't make those mistakes any longer, and I never got arrested. Well, I did get arrested again for it, but in Connecticut. And they were in that, you know, in the last 15-year period. So when they asked me how much money do I have to invest, I told them the truth, because that's going to correlate with my actual monies that's coming out of the business that I'm in. I know how to run an actual business. I know what the pain is like, not knowing if I can pay my staff. Because it might rain. Well, rainy days are good days for pizzerias. But what if it's freezing cold and I can't get the drivers to deliver the pizza? You don't know what that feeling is like until you bust your ass in a business. We're going to give that person who's never experienced that pain a dispensary? And you didn't know? Oh, wait. You saying now, oh, I didn't know that I could have like bartered my what's it called? What do you mean you didn't know? You telling me that it has been illegal to sell marijuana, cannabis products, because in Connecticut they bust me for the can of butter because I was selling cannabis butter. But I digress from that. You're gonna tell me, like, yo, you're the person that we need to have and do business with. That really? Seriously? No. Because you've been arrested so many times and because you done moved all this weight all over the town. And let's talk about your business. Did you ever have a business plan? Did you ever have a handbook? Did you ever have staff meetings? Have you ever fired someone? You the person that we need to have running a dispensary, you never even fired someone? Can you show up somewhere on time? Everyone knows I don't get up to 10 o'clock. I get up at 10 a.m. Is that conducive time to run and operate a daytime business? Do you understand? Do you know about consistency, reliability, dependability? Do you know about like morals, values? Do you think just because you've been arrested 38 times make somebody say, oh yeah, I want to deal with you? And your father was arrested 22 times and your grandfather was arrested 4 times? Yo, whoa, hold up, pump the brakes. I think we got a generation of dumb. And I say that respectfully. And you know who you are. And if the shoe fits, I guess you got to wear it. This is real money. This is like cash money coming in. Who are your friends? Well, you can go to the Premium Black News channel and find out who my friends are. Find out who my family is and what my values are and what my morals are. And integrity, what's that about? You didn't think you could leverage your ability to get into the cannabis business? You don't think you could have talked to that guy who you think you could have talked to? Who you were going to talk to? Whose connections were you going to make? Whose friendships were you going to gather? That takes a lot of years, man. And then my problem is, how you doing crime, illegal activity? That's why I lost my thought for a second ago. Sorry, but it's about how you going to, get upset about like, what? Huh? What? Now I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Oh my goodness, man. Like, yo, come on, man. Who's going to want you to run a business because you've been arrested 1,000 times? So now the new thing is like, oh, wait a minute. Like, wait. You telling me that there's someone who has the license already and they're like this big like corporation and they're using like a friend of a friend that got in, right? So now, okay. So like now you're upset and you're shocked that these people, right, are doing this. You're upset and you're shocked that people are doing this. You're like, what the hell? There's like, wait a minute, you're gonna tell me that you're gonna hook up your friends? What about me? You're not gonna hook me up? Who the F are you? Who are you? Who are you? You a hustler that's been on welfare and gotten the food stamps and got Section 8 and got arrested way too many times. You might not be the person that I want around money. Does money define you? Because let me tell you, when you start getting some money, you're going to see the person that you truly are. And you're telling me that you think that hustler money, you think that whatever you made in the last 10 years, you think that's going to make it where you know business? You don't know business, man. You don't know what's it like to deal with employees. You don't know what's it like to have everything pulling at you at one time. And you got to be legit. You got to be able to know how to keep a file cabinet with your stuff in it. Do you know so what you're saying, you need to be trained now. You're like, I was victimized by these effed up laws. Train me how to do this. That's what you're saying, right? That's what you're saying. You're saying, teach me how to do this thing that destroyed my life, or not destroyed my life, allowed me to have a life. I was able to take care of my family. I was able to take care of my kids. Yes, they went to public school, but I didn't have to go get a job, and I could wake up anytime I wanted, and everybody was cool with me. I was nice to everybody. They loved me on the block. I've been on doing this for a lot of years. They love me. They love me. They know me. They still call me. I want a dispensary now. Stop it. That ain't for you. That ain't your life. You're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to see the writing on the walls. You see, when the dinosaurs were looking up in the sky, right? These dinosaurs was looking up at this big, beautiful light, and this big, beautiful light was just shining so bright like a diamond. Oh my goodness. And for about 100 years, for a lot of the dinosaurs thought it was a star. And I'm sure dinosaurs used to have arguments about what that thing truly is. They used to be like, that's not what it is. I heard what that thing is that they would have like all kind of like, you know, dinosaur would just like find the most juiciest tree and bring it all to his friends, and they would just sit there and just eat and just look at this beautiful light. And that light was so beautiful. And then guess what? It smacked the dang earth, man. And it created you. You next. Or are you? If you're not making the adjustments, you're the BlackBerry of your time. And let me also tell you this. If you've lived a life where people are calling you and they still like you, you're still going to be all right. They, you know, especially if you're from these areas, all the daters out there, don't think for 1 second that the Black and Latin community is suffering because of the dispensaries. Let's not play that game. Okay? Let's not play that game. Don't be the BlackBerry. Don't be the Blockbuster of your time. That's why I was telling my wife, we're telling the truth on all our documents. This is how much we made. Yes. This is how much we did. Yes. This is how much we're investing. Yes. Come on. I want in. Could I continue to do this for 20 years? Yes. because I will make the adjustments. I will make the lateral movements. I will do what it takes for my family, for us to have that generational wealth, for my grandfather's legacy to live on, my grandmother's legacy to live on, my mother's legacy to live on. I will do what it takes, with or without. But I don't even imagine without. Like, hello, you guys are looking to make money and motivate the crowd? You guys are looking to have efficiency? You guys are looking to have things run like a clock? Come on. If I'm not on your radar, somebody needs to share this with the right people. Put them on the radar that this is about business. This is about being able to work with your staff. This is this is about being able to not embarrass the boss. Like I always said, the house wins. The house has to win. When I was running the club in the Bronx, I used to tell all the bartenders before the night started, the house wins. I know that you're going to figure out a way to make money. I know you're going to figure out a way to take from me, but the house wins. We win. We're going to count every bottle of Hennessy. There's 1,000 milliliters in that bottle. That means I want 20 shots. 20 shots make it 50 milliliters. So 50 milliliters are exactly what's inside of a nip. The little nips that you buy from the store. Those little cute bottles that look just like the big bottles, but they little, they so cool. Yeah, right. Those days are over. And I say that respectfully. I say that respectfully. They too will have to make rules. They too are seeing that light in the sky. Alcohol is seeing that big old bright light in the sky. And Lauren's seeing that big old bright light in the sky. So they're developing ways to get you for being intoxicated under the influence. Right now, in the many states, they're failing tremendously. The beta testing is out there. But we all know Congress runs this country. So however it works, it's going to work out. And there's nothing you can do about it unless you want to get your incorporation papers. Unless you want to get into politics. Unless you're willing to get the hell out of your house and start playing these games about how you just waiting for the phone to ring so you can make that money. Sometimes you got to get out of the house and shake somebody's hand and say, hey, I'm this, I'm that. This is what I got to offer. And see what your market value on when the person meets you right away, you have a market value. What's your market value right away? What are we seeing? What are we seeing here? Are you somebody who I want to run my business? Are you somebody that I want to count my money? Do you even know what's it like to count a register? So you saying you want to be taught. You're like, save me, teach me how to win. Teach me how to learn this. I want to learn this. You're the dinosaur looking up at that pretty star, man. You need to make the adjustments. You need to make you need to make these lateral moves because you might just get stuck. I mean, seriously stuck. And you're gonna be stuck in a place of complaining and just you're gonna get angry. You're gonna become hateful. You're not gonna be a good grandmother or grandfather because you know you're old like me. Stop. You're old like me. You like getting up whenever you could get up. You like knowing that if you didn't hear from them for 6 months, they were going to eventually call you back because everybody else had that trash. And you know you had fire. you grew it, and you made all your money. You were nice to the right people. I know you. Come on. I personally am not you. No, I'm not you. I love you. I respect you. Really, I don't love you. I respect you. So let me tell you this. I can't wait to read this thing here. And I love the fact that people are showing who's getting it, showing their background, showing what their money game is like, showing what this is like. Because let me tell you, when they choose me, I got everybody on deck. Let's not get it twisted. I got Red Hook on deck. Please don't get it twisted. We're going to be looking out for law enforcement. Okay? We're going to be... Number one thing we're doing is looking out for law enforcement. Number two thing we're doing is we're donating. We're gonna find the charities that the local stuff. We're gonna go heavy and hard. We're gonna be promoting like the children's what's that? The children's coloring books about cannabis and their parents and cannabis. My children and I are doing a whole series on it. We should be done in the next 40 days. We just got a lot going on right now, but one of the projects for their homeschooling is we're doing a series on children and how they respond to what they've been seeing their whole lives. Okay? And we have children and how they respond to seeing new coming into the home and how is it understood what is an adult gummy. So we're moving forward on see that the lateral has to be more skills, cannabis, chefing, you can ever imagine. What's going to stop that from happening? Who's stopping that? Because I knew 15, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, the shift was coming. And I need to offer people different things. And as you can see by any of the stuff that we do not have any childlike labeling or anything like that. Everything is very grown up. These are adult gummies. So all rules and regulations will be read. We will get that done. That's going to happen. And then I'll leave a comment. But let me tell you, man. Why would we want you? Why? Did you have the wherewithal to say I'm going to get a business just to legitimize myself? Come on. And then here's another thing that bothers me, that I think this was from the very beginning, what I was talking about in the earliest part of this, is that I keep stopping myself. There's so much I want to say, but let me read these things, and I get it. People are gonna get the hookup. Ain't that what New York is about? Ain't that what you represented? Didn't you represent the hookup, the black market? Didn't you represent that? But then you just stood quiet and you want to get now online. That's what you want to do. You want to get online now. But you ain't never been online. You didn't get up to, like, remember, 12:30, 11 o'clock? 1 o'clock? I'm sure you was an amazing parent. I'm sure you was an amazing parent. I'm sure you were understanding and loving and caring. I get that. You cooked them the pancakes with the raisins for one and the blueberries for the other one. I know you. I'm just not you. And I say that respectfully. I know who you are. You take your kids to school every day. You iron their uniform every day. I know you. But do I want you running $1 million business? Do I want you running $1 million business? Do I want you? Can you even give eye contact in an interview? Can you represent us? Do you even know the jargon? Oh, you do. You know all the fancy words. Oh. You know all the capital noise and the upper noise. You know all the fancy words. Right. You know, there's a place for you in this world. You can talk shop all day long. You can talk lights all day long. You can talk soil all day long. But do I want you running $1 million business? Come on. Come on. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I see LJ's in there popping now. There's 30 days open window for comments. Yeah, she knows all the, like, you know, the legalities and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's like I was trying to hold back. And let me just say this. Me not holding back what does that represent? What could the argument be made? And you know, I don't do what's the word? I don't argue the other one's side. Like I don't want to be the lesser of two evils. But just my impulsiveness to do this and speak about this doesn't represent a negative in my abilities to run a business. Because my impulses and your impulses are two different things. Yours is out of anger and pain. Mine's is out of sheer frustration. My frustration to this situation is that you're not seeing that shiny light coming. And you waited for somebody to come rescue you and tell you how to do it, how to grow it, how to package it, how to sell it. You waited for someone to tell you how to do all these things, how to even market yourself, how to promote yourself, how to say, hey, hi, this is who I am. No, you go into these meetings and you're like a spy. You're not even representing yourself. You're not even speaking up for yourself. You're not even shaking the room or the block. You wait till you go online. Of course, I'm online too. You see, this I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do the lesser of two evils. I'm not going to speak for someone else. My guy Matt does that all the time. I don't want to be that person. But yes, I know. I get that. But I've seen a lot of tough talk online about what people think they deserve Once you learn that life is full of nothing but choices and you don't deserve anything, that takes years of mistakes to understand that. Years of failure. One thing after the other, after the other, after the other. The heartbreak of something you love just not being able to work. An idea that you have, and you're doing research and development, you're trying to do, you just, it just, something fails. Proof of concept. You got this proof of concept, and you're like hoping, and then there's no consistency. Who was it the problem? Was it the product? Was it you? Were you just a jerk? You got to look in the mirror sometimes, and you got to say, maybe I'm an asshole. And maybe people don't like me. And maybe if they had an opportunity to go somewhere else, they wouldn't F with me. But that only works in a free market. Is this one of those? Are they going to create the laws now that are going to have the state come after you if you're doing this gray market, or are they just going to wait for you to die out and indoctrinate everyone to deal with, this whole incorporated world? They can't do that complaining. You can't make a difference complaining. This is America. This is America. You understand? Stop trying to make America become something America should never, ever become. America don't got to teach you how to do nothing. You want something in America, you better take it in America. You heard? This is America. It's going to dangle the carrot in front of your face. And it's going to do what? What you going to do? That's how America is. That's how America will always be. And this is the great part of America. Capitalism has no moral base. And with that being said, would I want you to run my dispensary? Would I want you to run $1 million business? And $1 million, let's just look at this into like some perspective here, right? $1 million is what the average Subway's franchise makes. Okay, the average Subway's franchise, back when I researched all this stuff, throughout my life, I don't know how up to date I am with it, but when I was looking into it, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I can't remember, but they were making, their average $3,000 a day. Okay, so your dispensary is going to make between what, 800 and 3,000 a day, or is your business going to be making 17,000 a day? If it takes $3,000 a day to make $1 million a year, over $1 million, but it's like $2,740 a day. And then how, in that day, what's the timing where this happens? And the employees that are going to be needed to deal with the timeline of these so-called, how much money do you even understand money? Do you even understand what's it going to take to win in this world right here? You getting arrested 26 times shows, 29 times shows, 15 times shows, 10 times shows that you are a person that continues to make the same mistakes. Why would I go into business with a person like that? This is America. This is America. Capitalism, value for value, the greatest system ever created. Value for value. I'm like screaming again. I'm sorry. I need to digress. I need to drink. Value for value, greatest system ever created. You can't tell me how much I could charge for this. I remember during the pandemic, they were like flipping out because people were charging $15 for gloves. What? I got a whole garage. I got a whole container that I've been spending. I got a whole container that I've been spending $400 a month on for the last 9 years, waiting for a chance to sell these damn gloves. You telling me I can't get my money back? See, that's not America. I know, sir. I know. It's crazy. I know. It's crazy, baby. Crazy. They just did the block again today. I don't know for sure, but I haven't been here in a few days. I think I drove down this block the other day. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Legacy folks are fighting the fight. Good evening, Latasha. Hemp Lord was popping. Yup, that is the topic of the season in New York City. Good evening, Hemp Lord. Love the topic. Latasha Joy, yeah, she's running this whole thing for me. Thank you, babe. Be right down. Okay, cool. So, Rob 3,000-ish. What up, Rob 3,000-ish? They want 3%. Yeah, you know what I learned in business is that you have to get in with the police. Okay, number one, you got to get in with the local politicians in that area and whatever causes they have, and you have to become politically connected in order to make it as a corporation. You know, you want to be a little mom and pop barber shop that nobody really knows who the owner is, but they kind of do. But then they found out that, you know, it's really his wife and not him, and you know that guy. I know that guy. I'm not that guy. It's it just I just want us to wake up to the reality that you just can't be that looky-loo, or you just can't be the complainer, because no one is going to give you $1 million business. Nobody. If you can't be $1 million business runner. I mean, a person goes into a dispensary. What is the minimum they're spending? I say $20. That's the minimum that they're spending. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Sorry. Nice car. Made a great wide turn. You did so good, sir. Thank you. It's like, what are you doing here? Like, what's going on? It's like you're in a situation where my average ticket sale was $77 last I checked. The list of winners and explaining their previous business. Hey, good evening, Christopher Perkins. Hey, Christopher Perkins, right. You know, we just, yeah, I'm gonna just let LJ just handle that chat because I just, you know, I don't want to come across as like some sort of like, what's the word for the person who's like a conformist? Yeah, but we all trying to conform. We all trying to assimilate. Let's not play that game. We all trying to assimilate. All of us. All of us are trying to assimilate. Cringe. Blue jeans. All right. Oh, I had to meet a client real quick. And I told another client to come by. So that'll be great. Put on my belt. Yeah, I have some clients that I'm like, hey, I'm going to be meeting a client on this and such street. Could you meet me there? And they're like, all right, great. That's perfect. I'm going to a play. I'm going to dinner here, there. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. So I love when I can kill two birds with one stone. It always works out really nice for me. And then I'm on time. I'm on like super on time. I think I got here about 2 minutes early, so maybe 3 minutes early. But they were right on time, so that's great. Took me a lot of years to be on time. I messed up for so many years, but you know, with the right, I had help from a client. Her name was Amanda. You know, she taught me the importance of being on time. Amanda taught me about, like, she was like, why don't you just tell me a real time and I will just, like, I know I can just drop that load of laundry, or I know I can jump in the shower real quick. Like, just be honest instead of just keeping me hanging, and then you just get frustrated and then you move on to another person until that person starts being late. So if you can maintain being on time, you're going to maintain your clients longer.
Okay.
So that's why so many people, they go through so many different people, because they get tired of them always being late. You know, these kind of things take a long time to learn, because you develop these friendships with people, and then they just, you know, they just don't want to deal with you any longer. And it kind of hurts when it happens. But, you know, you move on, you keep your head up, you keep moving forward. I'm that guy.
Jesus.
That's all good.
I just shouldn't have picked up. It was my boss, this lawyer that I work for.
Right.
And she's had, remember I told you she hired me and this other girl?
Right.
And this other girl said, you know, she's 21. She don't know what the fuck she's doing. She knows computer technology.
Right.
But she doesn't know anything about being an admin, and, you know. And she also, this woman's making us be 1099 employees, and this girl doesn't want that either. And so she just bolted. Tuesday is her last day. Or no, tomorrow's her last day.
What is it, the responsibility of having to file your own taxes?
That is, and also you don't accrue time for unemployment. If something happens in the future and you need unemployment, you won't have it. And that was what I was just telling her, because she wants me to take over the hours. You know, I said, but then it puts me in the position there, you know, I have to do my own taxes, and I have to save that money aside for that.
Right.
You know, I don't have to file a Schedule C and get all the, you know, deductions, because there are no deductions.
Right.
It's not like when I was a voice teacher. I can just say, and then I made this much money, and no, I didn't pay on it, and here's a check. You know, because I've been
Yeah,
paying,
that's what I do. That's what I do all the time.
I've been paying every year anyway.
Me
you know?
too.
So, fuck it. But now I'm in a position of advantage.
You're feeling that. I love that. I
Yes.
love that you're feeling in a position of advantage. Because now
she's afraid too. You know, I don't know how old she is. Her hands and some other things tell me that she's over 65.
Right.
But she might not be. And she's a lawyer, and she wants to dial it back, but she doesn't want to suffer. You know, she's in the same position as I am. You know, so.
You think but the 1099 is the bone of contention, I guess.
That only for me, yes. That's the bone of contention, is that. And if that was what it was, see, it's also that it didn't say that in the you know, when you
applied for the job. Right.
Well, it said this. They all say that, Helene. You know, I mean, I just went.
You know, can I tell you what this is? It's what you're suffering from right now is called gig economy. Everyone is just gigging. And that's what the world is trying to evolve to. But here's the thing, though. That's been my life as doing what I do for the last 15 years, that I actually, all my taxes I have to file with the 1099. And then with the crypto, I do I do another thing with the crypto, showing them that I made a little bit of money one year.
Well, it'll be a pain in the ass this year, because I worked as a W-2 for most of the year, and then I switched to a 1099. But that's just put it, there's a place, what other money did you make? This.
Right.
You know? So, I just feel manipulated.
Right.
You know?
Tell me how. Tell me what you mean by manipulating.
Well, because I thought I was getting a full-time job. And then she said, well, how about if we work together for a couple of weeks to see if we like each other?
Right, I remember you told me that.
And then I did that,
Right.
and I got paid for that and established trust. And then all of a sudden, how would it be if there was 2 girls here and you worked this and this? I don't care, you know. And I kept saying, so I'll feel more comfortable after I've signed a W-2 form. I said that many times.
Right.
And they didn't use that as an opportunity to correct my thinking. They wanted me not to know. But they told me enough for me if I had been paying attention. So
like they were testing you. If they wanted you, playing you the whole time, knowing they was going to give you the 10. Yeah, I hate that I brought up this like anger right now.
Well, the anger was there from the phone call.
For the phone call, right.
I don't care. Day by day.
Watch out.
Well, I'm glad I was able to. He was talking to those people, not to you.
I don't have to chase it.
No. Well, it's good that look. There's a car coming soon.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad I was able to help you get that off. Then get that out.
It's just.
Just throw it on me. I could catch it.
It's just.
Take a look at what we have here. We got the blue cheese. We got the pink gorilla. And I don't know. And the cringe.
Let's try some blue cheese. Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't.
Well, give me something.
I haven't had the blue cheese. Wifey has had the blue cheese. No, I've had it. I've had it. It's an indica. That's why I don't I don't do indigas. You like indigas though, don't you?
Well.
Did you like the Angelica?
Sativa.
You like sativa? Yeah, okay, so then have to go for.
Whatever. Give me the pink gorilla.
Go with the pink gorilla. You know best.
You see.
Yeah. You don't like the indigos. You don't like the indigos. Be careful. All right, love. Yeah, she like totally threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, you don't like indica, and it's like right there, huge in the bag. Oh, maybe she couldn't see the words and stuff. So, indica. So, anyway, yeah, she likes to be functional, be able to clean her house, be able to just go throughout her day. She doesn't want to be tired and feeling. She doesn't want to feel like that. She wants to be more energized. So she's a sativa girl. Sorry about the dirty screen. We're going live tonight with the Premium Black News. Check us out. You are appreciated. And always remember, and I mean this, I wholeheartedly mean this. I love you.